So in this video, we are going to see the top 10 scientists killed or injured by their experiments. In this list, the number one, Carl Scheele, died from testing his discoveries. Scheele was a brilliant pharmaceutical chemist who discovered many chemical elements, the most notable of which were oxygen. Through Joseph Priestley published his findings first. Molybdenum and tungsten, manganese, and chlorine. He also discovered a process very similar to pasteurization. Steele had the habit of taste testing his discoveries, and fortunately managed to survive his taste test of hydrogen cyanide. But alas, his luck was to run out. He died of symptoms strongly resembling mercury poisoning. Number 9, Jean Jean Francois de Rozier, first victim of an air crash. Jean Francois was a teacher of physics and chemistry. In 1783, he witnessed the world's first balloon fight, which created in him a passion for flight. After assisting in the untethered flight of a sheep, a chicken, and a duck, he took the first manned free flight in a balloon. He traveled at an altitude of 3,000 feet using a hot air balloon. So after reaching 15, unfortunately it was his last fight. After reaching 1500 feet in a combined hot air and gas balloon, the balloon deflated, causing him to fall to his death. His fiance died 8 days later, possibly from suicide. Number 8, Sir David Brewster, nearly blinded. Sir David was a Scottish inventor, scientist, writer. His field of interest was optics and light polarization, a field requiring excellent vision. Unfortunately for Sir David, he performed a chemical experiment in 1831 that nearly blinded him. Number 7, Elizabeth Ashton, by X-rays. Fleischmann Ashim married Dr. Wolf shortly after her mother died. Because of his medical position, Wolf was very interested in the new discovery of Wilhelm X-rays. Number 6, Alexander Bogdanov killed himself with blood. Bogdanov was a Russian physician, philosopher, economist, science fiction writer, and revolutionary. In 1924, he began experiments with blood transfusion, most likely in a search for eternal youth. In 1928, Bogdanov took a transfusion of blood infected with malaria and tuberculosis and consequently died shortly after. Number 5, Robert Bunsen blinded himself in one eye. Robert Bunsen is probably best known for having given his name to the Bunsen bulb, which he helped to polarize. These being excellent reasons to change fields, he moved into inorganic chemistry and went on to develop the field of spectroscopy. Number 4, Sir Humphrey Davy, a catalogue of disasters. Sir Humphrey Davy, the brilliant British chemist and inventor, got a very bumpy start to his science career. During this time, he also permanently damaged his eye in a nitrogen trichloride explosion. Number 3, Michael Faraday suffered chronic poisoning. Thanks to the injury to Sir Humphrey Davy's eyes, Faraday became his apprentice. He spent the remainder of his life suffering chronic poisoning. Number 2. Marie Curie died of radiation exposure. In 1898, Curie and her husband Marie discovered radium. She spent the remainder of her life performing radiation research and studying radiation therapy. Chemistry and physics. She was also the first female professor at the University of Paris. Last one, the number one is Galileo. Galilei blinded himself. Galileo's work on the refinement of the telescope opened up the dark recesses of the universe for future generations, but it also ruined his eyesight. Because of his life's work, he is sometimes referred to as the father of modern physics. So these are the top 10 scientists killed or injured by their experiments.